Do I have to sue CNN?
I don't know, do you?
They're making shit up.
He's not willing to just bend over backwards for what other people want, which is historically just not happened because it's been impossible for somebody to gain as large of an audience as he has without having the mainstream media be the exact driver of that audience. It's unprecedented. It's the first time it's ever really happened. I think it scares the people who have been used to being in control for decades that just some random dude can start a show in his garage and have like 15 times the average viewership of one of their episodes that they've been.
Why would CNN be mad about that?
When you give people that amount of power, they don't want to ever let it go. And they don't ever want to say they're wrong, and they don't ever want to admit fault, and they don't ever want to open the door to nuance.
Correct.
And that's what you see with whether it's CNN or Fox News or any of these motherfuckers. They have this idea that they've been selling you, whether it's this idea about Russia, whether it's the idea about COVID, whether it's the idea about Trump, whether it's the idea about Biden. I mean, they're selling you some shit. It's very, very difficult to get an unbiased perspective on the world.
The big thing for me that just never makes sense when it comes to Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, not to group them together as the same person, but Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, Donald Trump, like notable people that have either been censored or have attempted to been censored in the last couple of years. To me, it doesn't benefit anybody. First of all, I think anybody who wants to share something should be allowed to share it, and you can judge it on your own. But I think the other problem is that if you disagree with somebody, the least effective way to take care of them, which sounds very mafiosa, but the worst way to take care of them is to completely eradicate their platform. Right. Because immediately, you saw this with Trump, you see this with every far right pundit that's been removed. It just increases their fan base, right? Because it proves that they have something they're saying. Even if this isn't the case, there's something they're saying that you're worried about. So their audience goes, you see? Like they removed them. They're too dangerous for Twitter or for whatever the platform is.
That's literally the thing is, even if Spotify were like just up in arms and they wanted to cancel Joe and they went back on their word in their agreement, which is you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. The only reason you signed the agreement. Tomorrow, he would just be putting out content somewhere else, and his entire audience would follow him to that new content because they're not listening because it's on Spotify. I just am such a proponent of free speech, and it's literally one of the founding principles of this country, which is part of what makes us awesome. Like, try to say any of the other things that are being said like in some of these other countries, man, like it just doesn't, it's not allowed. It doesn't happen. And there's a reason for that. And it's because words are powerful and speech is powerful. People play this game of like, it's not that big of a deal. You know, like it's not that big of a deal. Just don't worry about it. Just don't like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. And it's like every time we let a little bit go, that's a little bit that we're not going to get back. To your point about like, this is a very, it's just a very dangerous line to be walking. Especially when it's someone like Joe, who a lot of times isn't expressing how he feels. He's literally just asking questions to people that he admits are the experts. You know, he'll be the first to tell you, like, I'm just a stand-up comic with a podcast.
So why are you getting so pressed about what comedians think about anything?
It's literally their job to make fun of the world.
Anyway, well, is it okay that we said this? Do you have any thoughts on this? Would you like us to be removed from any platforms? Let us know your thoughts. Good,
probably some people out
good,
there.
bad, spicy. Drop them in the comments below.